Hello. Hello, knockouts. Tanya TKO here. All right, I'm going to give you all a few moments to come on in. We're just having a regular conversation. I was signing books, but the gentleman just came to pick up the books. And so I'm not really sure what time is the cutoff time for one day for the message to not go out, because I don't want the notification to go out that the book has been shipped, etc. until... Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a really small, very short broadcast. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Part of the reason that I don't go as Misha, my name is spelled Tanya with an O. Part of the reason that I don't go live as often is because YouTube gives very low views to certain videos, and they hurt your channel because there's an algorithm where they like patterns. So if your videos, and you'll notice on YouTube that if your videos get 2 views, your videos will continue to get 2 views because YouTube will serve. Oh, I made a mistake. Something happened. Hold on, let me see. Oh, okay. I didn't make a mistake. I have the label for a book that the postman came before I could actually get the book inside the thing. So I'm like, uh-oh. So nonetheless, so if you notice, I don't know how many of you out there have YouTube channels, but you'll notice if you typically get any number of views, 2,000, 200,000, YouTube will continue to serve your videos to the number that you already get. And so if you do videos like this, which aren't like the typical videos, YouTube will penalize the channel and won't serve the other videos to people. So this is going to be just a small broadcast. I received some messages from people behind the scenes checking on me because I haven't made a video in a couple of days. I didn't make any videos during the weekend. And I was really just watching House of Cards, this show with this insane person in this political process in the United States. And it really reminds me of different administrations, especially the one we just came out of. So yes, let's see. So Misha is saying, I know I did speak in the mic. It misinterpreted my voice. All right. Okay. So I just haven't really been feeling very connected to creating content lately. I don't know what it is. I just been in a state. I just been wanting to just kind of keep my energy to myself. I've been wanting to just kind of, I don't know. I really don't know. I just haven't been really feeling connected lately. And I don't know what it is. I just have been feeling really disengaged. So I just have been just really just kind of keeping myself to myself. Somebody says Pisces is the season of disconnection. I used to date a guy who was a Pisces. And he, there was some moments in that relationship where I remember I lost my temper on him once. And after I lost my temper, and I don't know what it was that made me lose my temper. I don't even remember what the argument was about, but I remember, you know how you can feel yourself on the inside, just like you feel it creeping up, and then something just like the floodgates just boom. And I lost my temper on him once. And the way I hollered is like, I have not hollered like that many times in my life. I remember that. And I don't know how we still continued to, like, our friendship rekindled after that. I think he came to me with some business, something another afterwards, but it just, I don't know. And then then we say, so let me tell you, right? He probably came to me with like some business stuff. Like back in the days, I used to be a graphic designer. And he had me like design his logo and like design album. He decided he was going to become a producer. So I was like designing album covers for his artist that he had on his label. And then years after that, he decided he was going to be a photographer, right? So he came to like take pictures of me and like do all of this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then he wanted to be paid. and he didn't pay me for the work I did for him. And I don't know, he didn't tell me there was a cost before he did the work for me. And then after that, we stayed friends for a little while, but then like his stuff started getting disconnected. Like his phone started going in and out. I'm sorry. His phone started going in and out. And then I was like, well, if his phone is going in and out, what's going to happen with his apartment? Then before I knew it, doo-doo-doo. And then, you know, I never did go down to his, because he lived so far from me. I never did go down. He lived in Brooklyn. I never did go down to see what had gone on with his apartment because I was busy. And by that time, you know how you have like, I don't know how many of you, let me do a survey. How many of you out there maintain acquaintanceships or relationships with exes of yours, right? Let me know. If you do, okay, let's do 1, 2, and 3. If you do maintain relationships with your exes and that's important to you, put up the number 1. If it's kind of hit or miss, some exes, some don't, it's not really that important to you. If they stay, they stay. It's like you don't have anything for or against it. If the relationship is still there and it warrants, put up number 2. If you are completely against it, put up the number 3. Let me see the survey. Let me see the survey. Okay, so we have a 2 coming up. Let's see. All right. Okay, so where's the men's votes? I want to see some men's votes in here. Okay, so we have a bunch of different points of views. Where's the men at? I want to see how the men are feeling about this. So I want to hear from some of you. You know what? Let me turn on the phone line. I want to hear why not? I really want to hear because I'm seeing some 3s in here. Did the person's name say Salty? Because I'm married and well, listen, come on, missus, come on now. Nobody is asking you to have a whole bunch of exes hanging around you and your husband, you know, feeling on themselves. Come on now. Come on. Let's use our repertoire. I'm just joking. Repertoire is not the right word for there, but it sounds cute. All right, so I'm going to turn on the phone lines, right? Okay, phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. I want to hear, like, do you maintain relationships with your exes? Why or why not? I need to know. Let me get this off the screen. All right. So listen. So yes, I need to know who is for it. I want to hear why. Besides the person talking about they're married. If you're not, and then also, are there some people out here who are married who maintain relationships with their exes? That is an interesting question. Shawnee is saying they're an ex for a reason. No friendship or relationship required thereafter. Damn. So what do you change your number? What happens? So Mal is saying a lot of times it's either you're getting the ego boost or giving it. Okay. The phone line is open. Why is nobody brave enough to call in? I need to hear some answers. We're going to sit here until I get somebody to call in and let me know their stance on it. Let's hear. Tam. Lawanda, Misha, lots of people writing. Pretty, Tina, Bobby, Renee. Wait a minute. The hell? Renee said they can. What the world? Okay, let's see who we got here. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, Tanya. My name's Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine. What's your name in the chat so we can match the name with the voice? Or you want to be anonymous because you're controversial?
No, it's Jazzy Lovely.
All right, so we got Jazzy Lovely on the line. So are you a 1, 2, or 3?
I am definitely a 3. These men be out here foolish. Like, if they would just act normal after.
Wait a minute. So you...
Okay, like, if you could just act like a normal person, then we could be friends. But seeing as how you can't.
I need to understand. So how does it work? After the breakup, what happens?
So first off, I'm usually the one to break up with guys. I have realized that I tend to date besties. So I'm trying to change that now, but I'm usually the one to break up with them after a few months, and it'll be because we just don't match, because we just don't click, you know. I'm working and I'm kind of trying to get this money, and a lot of men, they just want to have sex, or they're in between jobs, or they live with their parents and they don't want to get out because there's no rent.
What city? Well, are you living in an expensive city like LA and New York?
I am. I mean, I live in California. I live in Costa Mesa, so it is kind of it is more expensive. But if I can do it, and I'm a young Black woman, a young white guy, it should be like, oh my gosh, the sky's the limit over here.
Wait, young white guy. What we hopped over. When did we get there?
I need the rainbow. I'm sorry. I need the rainbow.
So you're saying that white men are not getting their own apartments either?
No, they want to live with their parents because their parents don't charge them rent.
Are they living like out in a cottage on the property, or are they like in this?
Like regular house.
Are they sharing a bathroom and all of that?
They live in their bedroom that they've been in since they were 5.
Oh, yeah. So you're saying that because of the caliber, that when it's over, how do you separate yourself from having this friendship rekindle after the fact?
So I usually like after a while, you know, I'll say, hey, I think we should go in different directions. They normally cuss me out or something, and they'll go, right?
You know something? So, I can't listen to no more of this foolishness.
That's what I'm saying. If they would just act normal, we could be friends. It's just how they can't.
Oh my Lord. What the HE double hockey sticks? Okay, so you get cussed out?
Yes, so they'll cuss me out after, and then we'll go our separate ways, and I'll stay their friend on Facebook, because I won't normally like unfriend people on Facebook unless I'm super duper mad or something. So the cussing out doesn't faze me really. So I'm like, whatever. That shows me who you are. So we'll stay friends on Facebook, and then like, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 months later, they'll be like, hey, how's it going? I miss you. What are you up to? I saw your picture. That looks cute. And I'm just like, why are you talking to me? I don't know you. Not really.
So hold on. I'm confused because I'm wondering, how did it get to the point that they start cussing you out? Like, was this person a problematic person from the beginning?
I feel like probably they were. I just read the red flags late. You know, so when they do tend to have short tempers, they do tend to be kind of wishy-washy, and they're very, like, their pride gets hurt very easily.
Okay.
So, you know, I probably should read those signs earlier on, but I'll read it kind of at the end when I'm over them anyways, or I'm bored with the relationship, and then I'm like, when looking back, this probably isn't something that I need to invest my time or my energy in anymore.
Okay. All right. So are you 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s?
I'm 29.
Okay, so you're in the 20s getting ready to cross over to the 30s. Okay. I don't know what to say, Jazz. I really don't. Because I don't know if there's something going on out here in these streets or if you're just not vetting well enough. But you did say that you see the signs late. So I don't know, ma'am. I don't know.
I've been like you, I've been kind of feeling disconnected, probably from COVID and everything else. But also, I'm just kind of phased out from how the men have been acting because I'm a nice person. Not like I cuss them out back or anything, but they probably feel that they can just go off.
I'm sorry, they not getting cussed out and they being left on the front page? What is going on?
Oh, Tanya, where you been? That's what I'm saying. Listen.
So hold on, does everybody hear an echo or is it just Evie? Because I don't have my earpiece in, so let me know if there's an echo. Miss Sanders is saying next caller. Okay, Miss Sanders, let's answer your phone call then. Give me the last 4 digits of your number and I'll answer your call, Miss Sanders. Since you're so quick to rush somebody else off the phone, that means you're calling, right, Miss Sanders? Because it takes a lot of bravery to call in. So, you got them steel ovaries, right? So let's get you on the line. Okay, so let me put my earpiece in. People are saying there's a bad echo. All right. It's not supposed to be echoing, but these things, they happen. They happen. All right. Well, listen. Hold on. I don't think I got this in the right ear. That's the wrong ear. Hold on. Let's do the right ear. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, it just fell out again. Hold on. I got to squish it and then put it in. Okay. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so I appreciate you calling in and giving us your point of view. Okay.
Yeah, I just think I'm a 3 just because they just act foolish like when we break up, so I don't see any reason to connect with them after.
I see. Well, you know what? I hear you. I hear you, but you're not disconnecting them. You're not disconnecting them from your Facebook and you're not cussing them out. So they've just unleashed all of this onto you and then the door is still open for them to contact. I'm a little concerned about that.
You're right. Maybe I probably should take them off my Facebook. You're right about that. To give them just to close the door, like you said.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're not gonna cuss them out, because if you all look, I don't understand what is the point of one-way aggression. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not me. I'm just not an aggressive person. That's what I'm working on too. I'm trying to be more assertive. But
yeah, but you know what?
I just walk away.
Yeah, no, I feel you. My concern is you say that you're a very nice person, right? But are you nice to yourself? That's the thing. Starting with you first and foremost, are you nice to yourself?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you've got to take care of yourself. And what is it that you're doing in these situations is to care for yourself. You're not cussing them out to unleash the anger. You're not removing them to get them out of your space. So what is it that you're doing to take care of yourself? Perhaps walking away is you taking care of yourself, but then the door is still left open for someone who has cussed you out. So that is what I'm concerned about.
No, I see your point. Yeah. I need to do that. No, you're right. I'm going to go do that right now. I'm going to do it. Well, after I'm going to listen to the rest of the callers and then I'm going to go do that.
Okay, then. Well, thank you for calling in.
Yes. And thank you for everything that you do, Tanya. Listening to you over the past couple of years has really changed my mindset around. So just thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Jazz. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Miss Sanders, did you put in the last 4 so that we could pick up your call? You know what I'm saying? Let's pick up your call, Miss Sanders, since you so whatchamacallit. You know what I'm saying? Brian is saying you look familiar. I'm Tanya TKO. I've had several videos that have gone viral. You don't look familiar to me, but then you have all of that fur on your face kind of covering up, half of your looks. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, Miss Tanya. It is Rosalina from the chat.
Hi, you're the one who was scared to call in, right?
Yes, I've never called in before, but I'm very excited to finally.
Okay, so let's talk. Are you coming in at a position 1, position 2, or position 3 in terms of how you deal with the exes?
So I kind of forgot what the numbers stood for, but as far
One,
as
so one is it's important to you to stay involved or stay connected to your exes. 2 is it doesn't matter either way. You stay in touch with some, you don't stay in touch with others. And 3, you do not believe in staying in touch with exes. So those are the numbers 1, 2, 3.
okay, so I would say definitely 3.
Oh my
But
goodness.
however, I do think it is possible to stay in touch with your ex, and I'll explain why. Um, for my personal standpoint, I feel like I definitely don't want to keep in contact because for me, I definitely know for men, when they're done with a woman, they cut off contact. Like they will distance themselves. They like women know, like we definitely notice when a man is trying to back off and just go his own way after a breakup. But yet for women, it's a different standard. It's like we have to keep the door open and be gullible and be I don't know, but personally for me, I'm just a no nonsense person. I don't really care to have somebody in my life that doesn't want to be there. But however, I do think it's possible to end things amicably, however
Mm-hmm.
that word is. I did watch actually a Hollywood Unlocked interview last night with Larsa Pittman, and it opened my eyes about how that could be possible because her and her ex-husband, who is Scotty, they are very close. She said that they basically just stopped getting along and they're very, very good friends still. So I think it's possible if you are just chill about it and if you have had a long relationship with somebody
Mm-hmm.
and you had a real friendship. I feel like most relationships with us women in our 20s, it's mostly not a best friend slash lover type of relationship. It's just, a lust slash lover situation. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if that true best friendship, you will have an understanding and you can go your separate ways and everybody just want to do their own thing finally.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? That's interesting. I did not know that there were people out there. I actually think it's a red flag. If a person is not in communicate with any of their exes, like the person Brian in the comments who said I look familiar, he's like, stay in touch with your ex for what?
Yeah.
And so
I
I,
mean,
I think it's a red flag personally. If none of the people that you've dated can stand you anymore, I think there's an issue. Something is happening.
I can't stand them. Like I literally, like I feel like women evolve so much more, and we just be over a guy, and we're like throw him away. But men will keep you in their life as long as you're able to, open your legs to them. So they are pretty much keeping in contact. For if you're gullible enough, they'll be like, well, she's still answering the phone, like whatever. But women, it's like we just need to cut them off. Like, if they're no good, they're an ex for a reason, like somebody said. But if they're good, I mean, if you have a child with this person, if things are intertwined to that relationship, like a real friendship and things like that, or maybe you grew up together from the same neighborhood, like things like that. But most things nowadays are just, we saw that person online, or we're both young, and it's just less tolerance for things like that.
This is so interesting. You know what the crazy part about it is that I'm still in communicate with several of my exes, and it's so interesting because I didn't realize that there were people out there and we're not intimate, and they don't try to be intimate with me. And actually, I like the value of these men is just so great and so high that having them in my life benefits me. Like it's so interesting that I'm hearing that, you know, that people are just like, I'm done with you. It just makes me wonder, what is the caliber of the people that people are dating, that there's no further value once sex and intimacy are off the table. It makes me wonder what the relationship was built on. I hear like an echo or something coming through your phone.
Oh, sorry, you're on speaker. Do you hear feedback or do you
Yeah,
just
it's like
myself?
feedback. It's like something from the Matrix.
Oh, let me turn the volume completely off on the laptop. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Is it still
really?
there?
No, it's not there anymore.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Sorry,
it's
I had
still
it.
there.
Let me take you off speaker.
Child, what is we doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
I think for you, honestly, you are an older adult woman. I'm just saying, like, I'm in my 20s, so things are just different. I feel like the value of men that are in your generation are way more high value. For example, that's the type of men I kind of go after now that I haven't been a pick me in years, but
Oh my Lord, you
I
used to
feel
be a
like,
pick me?
of course, when I was like a teenager, early 20s, but I'm 26 currently. So I've came a long way through probably 5 years of education as far as you and Shira and other women, as far as you guys. But men that you deal with are just completely different from the average guys that, you know, some of your 20-year-old followers may deal with. And I deal with older guys as well, but I notice that when they're done, they just be done. They ready to go to the other woman, do whatever. I don't know.
That is so interesting. Well, you know what? Thank you for calling in and giving us your point of view. Wow. I'm being introduced to some new ideas right now, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Love you, long-time watcher, and you have a great night.
Love you too. Love you too.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, this is so interesting. So I'm so this is very, very interesting because wow, I never even considered this before today. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
I'm Karen. I'm from the chat.
Well, I didn't hear
How
you.
you
What'd you say
doing,
your name
Tanya?
was?
My name is Karen.
Karen?
Yes,
Okay, and what's your name in the chat?
it's Karen P. I'm in the chat.
All
I'm
right, so we
following you
got
for years
Karen
now.
P on the line. And so are you at position 1, position 2, or position 3?
I'm a 2, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Let me explain my dating habits. So I've gone on dates with men and realized that I have nothing in common with them, so I wouldn't date them anymore. I'm on my 3rd serious relationship in my life. I'm going to be 45 this year. And I tend to not, if I find that those red flags, because, you know, you can find out a lot about a man in a conversation. And if I find that certain things are popping out to me, I don't waste time. Because I know that this is going to give me a lot of heartache, whatever, so I don't bother. So my first serious relationship was 3 years long. My second was 19. I'm on my 3rd now. I'm at the 5-year mark. And my previous 2 serious relationships, I keep in contact with them because I did get a good friendship out of it. You know, we shared similar, you know, ideologies, things like that. And we remain great friends. We just remain great friends.
Okay.
And those are 2 men that if ever I needed any kind of help, they would be there. And it's not a disrespectful thing. They know I have someone, you know, so it's not on that scale. We're just friends. The other men that I just dated casually, yeah, I see them now and then. Hey, what's up? But that's about it. But the 2 men that I was in serious relationships with, we maintain a friendship, and it's cordial, you know, and it's great. I mean, for me, it's been great. So that's why I chose the number 2.
Okay, got you. Thank you so much for voicing your point of view.
Thank you, Tanya. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right, so somebody is asking a very valid question. Keisha says, you still have contact with your ex-boyfriends, but none of them couldn't come through for you when you was in your RV. You got to ask women on your YouTube channel for help. Interesting, right? Hey, hold on for just a moment. Just make sure all of your speakers and everything are down, okay? All right, so let me address this question because that's actually a really good question. Hold on, my piece keeps falling out. Okay, hello? Oh, I guess I don't need the piece in because the person's not on the line. Yeah, so, well, Keisha, what is it that makes you think that none of the people who contributed to the $12,000 I raised in 7 days were exes? That's one. What is it that made you feel that, what is it that made you feel, one, that none of them assisted me either in the GoFundMe or outside of the GoFundMe? And then two, we have to ask ourselves, what type of help was it that I was willing to receive? Also, three, did I ask for help from the people in my personal life? Or did I come to the people on YouTube who have had a business relationship with me where I have given um, for, at that point, it had been 8 years. I'd given unconditionally to the public and had a one-sided business relationship with people who, when given the opportunity, decided to pour back into me. So these are questions that you have to ask. Where was it that I was? What was it that I was willing to receive, and from whom? What was it that I opened myself to? What was it that I actually did receive, and from whom as well? So you have to ask those questions, because I lived in my car for a year. There was a reason that I stayed in my car. And as you saw from the series, it was called The Displacement for the Dream Diaries. And there were things that I was doing to go after my dream. And that was one of those sacrifices that I made. Was it, yeah. So I hope that answers your question. There's a part of me that feels that you're trolling, but that is a really good question. Behind every troll is still a human being. And so I answered your question. I hope you were able to receive that. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
My name is Sean Sullivan.
Hi, what's your name in the chat?
Sean Sullivan.
Your name is Sean Trullivan in the chat?
Yeah.
All right, so what is your comment? Are you at mindset 1, mindset 2, or mindset 3?
Well, I haven't been in that relationship before, but I'm seeking advice on the steps I should take on how I can get into a relationship.
I'm sorry, what's the question? You have never been in a relationship and you're looking for a way to be in a relationship?
I'm seeking advice on how I can get into a relationship.
Okay, well, the first relationship that you have is with yourself.
Yeah.
So what are you doing to repair yourself on the inside? Have you had therapy yet?
I have, yes.
Okay. And so what are you doing currently to meet people?
Facebook. There's not much I can do now because of COVID, but I'm trying to seek out people through dating apps sometimes.
Okay. And what is some of the feedback that you're receiving from people on dating apps?
The feedback that I'm receiving is different kinds of feedback. Some people tell me that I'm a gentleman. Some people tell me that I'm too kind. And other people tell me that I'm not kind enough.
Okay, so I'm not really sure how to advise you besides it's a numbers game. Just continue to meet more and different people, join meetups, ask friends to connect you with people. Those are the things that I can suggest.
I understand. I'm sorry if I bothered you.
No, what is it that makes you feel that you've bothered me?
It's just I guess it's a force of habit with me saying that sometimes.
Okay, so do you find yourself often apologizing for existing?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Well, so this is part of the reason that I talk about getting therapy to make sure that everything is okay on the inside. Have you been diagnosed with anything like any behavioral or mental things going on?
Autism.
Okay, so you've been diagnosed with autism. Which part of the spectrum are you on?
It's called PDD-MLS.
PDD-MLS. Let me Google that real quick. Is that one acronym?
Yes.
Okay, so
there's a dash in between.
okay, so I'm looking this up right now. Let me put a dash in because it didn't come up with a thing without the dash. So let me try that. Pervasive developmental disorder, is that it?
That's correct.
Okay, so let me see okay, so, all right, I'll put this up on the screen so that people can see. Oh, I can't because we're on the line on one of the incoming things. So I'll just read it out loud. Okay, so pervasive developmental disorder, PDD, the diagnostic category as opposed to specific developmental disorder is a group of disorders characterized by delays in the development of multiple basic functions, including socialization and communication. The pervasive developmental disorder where autism, Asperger's syndrome, pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified PDD-NOS, i.e. all autism spectrums. Okay, it's just going on and on and on. The terminology PDD and ASD is often used interchangeably and varies depending on location. The two have overlapping definitions. So, so there, it goes on into a lot of different things. So let's ask this. Are you a part of any type of autism groups, or like, is your mother a part of any of these communities so that you can be able to go out and meet other people?
She tries her best. She doesn't have a lot of free time though.
Okay. Okay.
You can correct me if this is not important, but did you know that Bill Gates has autism?
No, I don't, but I'd really love to focus on answering your question right now, if that's okay. Because in 2019 I spent the bulk of, so each year I come up with a volunteer effort to volunteer with, and in 2019 it was autism. So in the year of 2019, I spent a great deal of time doing fundraisers and doing outreach and going to different organizations and donating and supporting the autism community and moms, etc. So that's what I did in 2019. So I've learned some things behind the scenes about autism and the spectrum, but still, I that was an effort that I took to participate in a volunteer capacity. I don't know what dating options there are. Some of the young people who came out to the events who also have autism, they would meet people at the events. They would meet people through community organizations. They would meet people through meetups. They would even meet people at work because there are different programs. Do you work?
I do. I have my own website. that is also happens to be a nonprofit as well as a public speaking platform.
Okay, okay. And so how is that going in terms of meeting new people?
I've been trying to advertise my website, but so that more people can know about it.
Okay. Well, you know what? You know what I'll do? Give me your, you say, if you want, you can say your website out loud right now. And I'll also reach out to some of the mothers that I know who are autistic and see if they know of ways that young people are able to meet one another. Okay.
Excellent. My website URL is IKNOW autism.org.
Okay, perfect. So I know autism.org. All right, perfect. So what I'll do is I'll reach out to some of my associates who are more involved in the community, because after 2019, COVID came. So I haven't really been doing any type of volunteering since then, besides just like giving money to different organizations. But I'll reach out. And you said your name was what?
My name is Sean.
All right. With an H or an E?
EAN.
Okay, perfect. All right, Sean, thank you for calling in. You continue to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and something will come up. There's so much love out there. Okay?
Before I hang up, I just want you to know that I really admire you, and I hope that there will come a day then that people treat people of color better than they have been treated in the past.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Okay. So you know what? I appreciate that phone call. We never really know when people are trolling or not, but it turned out that he was not a troll and he was actually on the spectrum. So that definitely is a wake-up call for us to make sure that we are practicing empathy and kindness at most times. You can't say at all times, but most times we're being empathetic and kind. So I appreciate all of that, and I'm going to pass that on. So if there are any of you out there who are in the community and know of different ways that young people can meet one another and be able to be social with one another, by all means, his website is iknowautism.org, and you can reach out to him. His name is Sean. And so yeah, let me grab this next phone call. He said people of color. People. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
My name is Aaliyah.
Hi, Aaliyah.
Chat. Hi, I'm in the chat as your blurred girl.
Oh, hey, you're blurred girl. How are you?
I'm doing well. That was so awesome that he reached out. I would have never thought. I mean, I know you have a large audience, but I never thought that someone like me would be in your audience, because I follow you because I'm a Black girl. Well, I'm a Black woman, to tell you the truth. And, but I'm on the spectrum. My parents, they didn't know. I'm going to try to talk real straight with you. They didn't know. They couldn't have known what this was. And I'm shaking right now because his story, I understand. I really, truly do. So, but anyway, let me focus on the question that you had posed about the mindset 1, 2, and 3. I think for everybody's got to be different, but like, if this is what you've taught me from following you, and I sent you an email, and I want to thank you so much for offering me the opportunity to possibly come to the workshop. I wasn't able to get to my messages in time. I kind of explained my situation a little bit. But I was so happy to hear that everything went great with the workshop, the self-love workshop. But I'm serious. So your videos and having your live sessions and just the rawness and the self-love and just reminding the self-love, it really helps. It really helps redirect that energy so that you can be more in control of yourself, you know, and be protective and cultivate that energy. So thank you so much for that. And in those mindsets, I have to go with number 3. You know, as I told you in that, I don't know if you remember that email, but I had a good friend, close friend and partner for a long time, you know, abandon me and hurt me a lot. And with the things I carry, you know, it's hard because my blood family is in Georgia and I'm in Arizona, you know. They didn't expect this to happen, but the self-love is important. You taught that, but you got to disconnect. If that's not a part of your growth plan, then you got to be back on your plan. You got to be more about self-growth. And so I go to therapy. I do all the work. I do the shadow work. I'm not scared of none of it. And I want to just say that, you know, sometimes that option 3 is hard because you get used to those connections and those bonds. But if you got to grow, you got to let go of sometimes of the bad roots. You know, you helped me put my brain in a place where it can function better and I can grow. And so I just want to thank you. For whatever choices people want to choose, I'm mindset 3.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you know what? I respect that. Are you in your 20s?
Funny, I'm gonna be 39 in May.
Okay, so you're because I was wondering because the other 2 people who called in with the number 3 were in their 20s. So I'm like, is there something going on with 20s people that it's just not feasible to maintain these relationships after a breakup? But you said you're 39, so I don't know. So what is going on? And so you said you're on the spectrum.
I can tell you.
Where are you on the spectrum though? Are you Asperger's?
Asperger. Yep.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? You've been trained well.
You're so funny.
Because you know, that's what I always appreciate about your professionalism is you always ask the real right questions. Like when you said what part of the spectrum, I was like, this is what Tanya's awesome. I can't wait to give her all my money.
Okay.
Well, no, seriously, like literally, you motivate me to help in my own community too. Like you help me to be accountable in whatever way I can and whatever opportunities and resources I have. But with the 20-year-olds, but me as a 30-year-old,
I'm sorry. Hold on for just a moment.
Yeah.
Brian, would you like to be blocked? If you would, just please put up the number 4. If you'd like to be blocked, I can take care of you right now. Okay. This is your 1 warning. 1. I just only give 1, and that is a courtesy. You will have your commenting privileges revoked. All right. So please go ahead.
Hashtag protect Black women. Yeah. Anyway, so the reason for this, I think, is this, and then this is because the conversation I had with a mature Black man that we are navigating, like getting to know each other. And I told him, I was like, look, please don't lead with me with romance when you don't even know if you want to be around me. You know,
yeah.
These are lessons that you've helped me like understand. Those conversations aren't happening with 20-year-olds. People are getting in these connections and these relationships, and they're not real, and they're waiting until, you know, they catch something, whether it be feelings or disease,
my gracious,
they find out whether or not they even like the person that they're next to. Quarantine showed a lot of that, you know. But without that mindfulness, you're gonna keep finding yourself in dangerous situations, and you won't know how to cultivate it. But like I said, I have other relationships that are just fine, and that you can maturely, you know, salvage them or just shift out of them healthily. So I think that's a part of it's maturity. And like I said, the no contact, this has to do with a relationship I formed back in my early 20s. Maybe it's just time I outgrew it. Like I'm on a different path now. I don't want to air that person's business out too much about how they hurt me and how we are different now, because honestly, it's like you say, them and their problems and their diagnoses, you know, they're over there. The only thing I can control as I go forward is me. And
you know what?
Sure
I would love
nurturing
to,
that.
I would love to shift the narrative. Instead of saying
Sure.
how this person hurt me, you can say how I felt hurt by certain things, because you feeling hurt is really a matter of
that's the healing. Mm-hmm.
your interpretation, your background, the way that you are experiencing a thing. So it's not so much that a person hurt you, but you felt hurt by a certain thing. So if we could just shift that narrative and take it off of them and put it on you, that I think that would be more helpful and more empowering.
And see, and I'll say this, and I don't know if this, and I told this to my therapist yesterday, I don't know if sometimes the autism makes this easier. I'm all down for the shift. I will shift the narrative immediately because it's more efficient. It'll make things go faster. This is no shade on some people, because everybody's path is different. But like, when I watched your video from the start, it was that dedication. It was to not be afraid of shifting those internal narratives, especially if those narratives are cognitively distorted. Like literally just catching yourself and feeling confident. That's a part of maturity. Like, I just want to thank you, Tanya, because like literally it's a mind shift, because people get really defensive sometimes if you call them out on stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I don't mean to start nothing or anything else. I learned a lot watching you and Pinky. I learned a lot watching you and Pinky, just because like everybody is at a place where we can like explore how this looks and how this can strengthen. And like, I just thank you so much, because it's like, because of these lessons, shifting that narrative to
well, you said you learned a lot. What are some of the things that you learned from the videos that I did, the collaborations I did?
Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. I learned, okay, so that really pretty woman, she's a hypergamist. She has a name like Shira. There we go, that one. Shira. So that collaboration, that taught me a lot. You taught me some balance. Like, I appreciate her. Like it taught me that if I have a friend like her, I have to find value in that. Am I going to be a hypergamist? Probably not, because like, look at me. There's some people who are trolling on me right now. There's some people who don't find all kinds of things wrong with me. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Let those be for those women who can be all of those things, right? But that doesn't mean I couldn't be her friend, and it doesn't mean that I couldn't support her and uplift her. That's self-love. I learned that from that video. The one from Pinky was, sometimes when you have difficult conversations, you have to reach to a place of saying, okay, our emotions are our emotions, but we have to focus on what our goal is together. Where can we find agreement? I love you. I respect you. I learned that from that one. Like, sure, there's all the dramas and stuff like that, and all the things that people can be petty about. But like, for me, I'm higher order. Like, I have to focus on a higher order thing, because I want healing. That's why I watch your stuff, you know?
Okay.
And so you teach me to look for that, and at the end of it, you know, and most importantly, love yourself.
Yes.
Like, I reflect on that after every single time I watch your videos. I look at it, I'm like, okay, Aaliyah, you watched all of this hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes. You sat there and watched it. And what are you going to gain? What are you taking away from this to self-love? What, if you have to stand in front of Tanya one day, as I'm doing right now, what are the lessons that you are going to say, I'm proud that these have helped me? And like, those are just some of them.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you very much for sharing, Blurred. I appreciate that.
Right. No problem. And everybody have a good day.
All right. Have a great night.
All right. Bye.
All right. Wow, these calls are amazing. Thank you all so much for calling in. Yeah, this is great stuff. This is great stuff. We've been on for almost an hour. Time goes so quickly. So I'm glad that I came out. Thank you, Tam for checking on me and sending me the message out into the universe to come and say hello. I'm glad that I did, because we really didn't have a topic. We just kind of winging it. But I think that's what it takes sometimes. You know, there's been such a tremendous disconnect, and I have too been feeling disconnected. And I don't know what it is. It feels like the earth is like kind of rotating around, but it feels like things are coming unwound. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's an unwinding, like I'm not feeling like that tight. I remember when there was this toy we had when we were young, and when we opened it up, there was like this metal piece that was wound all around in there. And when we opened it, it just like kind of popped out, and we could never really get it wound back tight enough to be able to close the toy. But that's how I feel. I feel like the earth is spinning, but the axis that it's spinning on is just really kind of creating a lot of unwinding. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I haven't traveled in a minute. I haven't gotten sun. I don't know. I've been taking supplements. I started doing sauna, started working out, sweating more. And so I don't know what it is. I just have been feeling very disconnected. And so the different mindsets are: mindset one, it's important for me to stay connected with my exes. Mindset two is I could go either way, connect or not connect. It really depends on the relationship. And mindset three is it's important, that these relationships need to be cut off. It's important to cut them off and not continue any communication. So it's 1, 2, or 3. So those are the three mindsets. All right. So, and Bobby's saying, men saying Tanya against men, I can tell not real fans because she had Man Day Mondays. Facts. Yeah, Tanya saying my energy has been very low lately. Okay, so we have a bunch of 3s and 2s and 1s that came in. Me personally, I'm at a 2. I some relationships just transcend romance. Some relationships, you're romantic, it's just not a good fit, but there's still value in the person. I have a lot of leeway for my circles, my extended circles, my extended circles. I feel like everybody has some sort of value. I keep the lines of communication open. I'm not quick to cut people off. It takes a lot to cut. Like what I do is I just don't feed the branch. So when the fruit is not fed, it shrivels up to a certain point, or it's only fed at a certain level. I find that we are all on a different journey. And so I give a lot of leeway behind the scenes. I'm not one of those block, delete people. I just don't feed the vine, and the fruit shrivels to a certain point, or it only grows as big as it does. I remember when I was growing avocados, I was sprouting and growing avocado trees inside of my trailer when I first got my trailer. Right. And people used to be like, oh my God, this thing is going to grow outside. It's going to grow bigger than your trailer. I had it inside of a little container, and it grew and grew and then stopped. And I was like, wow, that's very interesting. There is an intelligence to the seed. You know what? I feel like I have to show this right now. Give me just one moment. Because one of my favorite quotes from the book is this one. So this is my self-love affirmations workbook, and this is one of my favorite quotes. I am a seed with all the genetic coding of a mighty tree. That's one of my favorite quotes from the book. As you know, these are the affirmations that I said to assist me in getting out of my car, right? Those are the affirmations I said to assist me in getting out of my car. And there's an intelligence in the design that's embedded in the seed itself. And so the seed, it knows the size of the container. The seed will send out roots. The seed will be able to send up a sprout, how does the seed know where the sun is? The seed will break through the dirt in the direction of the sun. Why doesn't it go in the other direction further down? There's an intelligence that is designed in the seed itself. And that is you. You are a seed with all the genetic coding of a mighty tree. If you haven't gotten my book yet, make sure that you go over to Amazon. If you all have bought all the books that I sent to Amazon. So there are more on the way. You can go ahead and pre-order on Amazon, or you can come to my website and get an autographed copy. I am doing I need to do the inventory, because we're down to the last 20 orders right now. And I'm going to open up one more box, and then that box has 126 in it. And then after the 126, I'm not going to be doing any more autograph books for the year. So get your book now. It's an amazing book that really helps rewrite your subconscious programming. The link for the Amazon link is below. If you go to my website, Tanya TKO, and click on, oh, the phone is ringing. Give me 1 second. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Lawanda. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Lawanda. What's your name what's your chat name in the comments?
Oh, Lawanda21.
Okay, perfect. So, hey, Lawanda. So what is your comment today?
So I'm about a 2-3.
No, you should choose one or the other. Just no in the middle, you 2/3, no.
Well, the reason why I say that is because some people I just stay in contact with, and then some people I just be like,
So then that's a 2. That's a 2. That's a 2.
Oh.
That's a 2. This is a 2/3.
Because I be like, oh, okay. Especially when I'm bored, I can just call somebody up and be like, hey, what are you up to? And then just keep it moving.
So what are you? So you hitting up these exes to see what they're up to?
Just when I'm bored, I can be like, "Hey, how are you doing? What's new with you?"
Just when you're bored. This doesn't sound healthy.
Oh, it's not.
It doesn't. That you over there reaching out to people to fill your boredom.
Oh.
So the value that they have is to entertain you?
Yes, but they're asked for a reason. So I just, I like to keep in contact and be like, hey, how are you? I'm doing this. What are you doing?
Just to find out how they doing, what's up with them, so you can make sure that they still single and available. I don't understand what's going on with you.
No, but I want to say I love your show. I called them before, but I love your show. I thank you. I started watching you when you were when you started talking about I forgot his name, but I've been watching you ever since. One of them guys, I don't know his name. I can't think of it.
What was the video about?
I don't know. You just brought to the table. This was a couple of years ago. You just brought to the table, just reading between the lines.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh my God. There's a few of y'all that I watch. And I wish we had y'all back in the day.
You still sound young. How much further back in the days did you want us?
We're in the same age group. So
Okay.
I actually just turned 42.
Okay.
So 79. So we had Sharjah Ali, you know what I mean? And we had grandma, just pray about it, So just hang in there with your homegirls. Oh, girl, he ain't mean it, so.
Yeah, some dysfunctional crap.
Yes. So it actually one of the YouTuber ladies, I don't know her name, I don't know which one it was, but I was watching Cynthia G, and one of the callers called in, and she was saying the exact same thing that I was saying to one of my friends. And I was like, I'm so glad somebody brought it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody was really giving us good advice on these relationships and how to pick and choose or even go on vacation,
Okay.
So it's just, so it's like, or to even think about getting a passport and all of these kind of things.
Gotcha.
So, because our parents, my mom, I'd be like, hey, I'll buy you a ticket to go to such and such with me. Oh, no, I don't want to go on no cruise or,
I'll take her ticket.
Or something. Say, oh, yeah. Hey, I'll call you.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. But I don't mind traveling by myself, So
yeah.
It's just like when you have family members that's just used to being around the corner, then it's just like, But anyway, I'm a 2-3.
But
You are not. You are a 2. You actually leaning more towards the 1, but we'll just keep you with the 2.
No. Have a good day. I love your show. Keep doing everything that you do. I appreciate it.
All right, then. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So there we have it. So if you're keeping your exes around as entertainment so you could call and not be bored, I don't condone this. Why you have people in your life that are not adding value? This, I guess, if the value is that you just don't want to be bored, find some other way to entertain yourself rather than just keeping yourself connected to human beings. What's wrong with some of you? All right. So listen, we're going to take a few more phone calls and then we're actually going to jump out of here. I just really wanted to just come out real quick because we haven't made a video in a few days. There's so many videos that I want to make, which I have not made. There's still that video from whatever this girl name was. I forget. K. Michelle, I believe it was. Something, not K. Michelle, something. I don't know. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. We have a new call on the line. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Samore.
Your name is Samore?
Yeah, I want to know why you always down a black man with your ugly ass. You so ugly. You got an ugly spirit.
Okay. Is that what you called in to say? Thank you so much for calling.
Yes, you have an ugly spirit, girl.
I mean, but you know, but the thing is, you're reflecting, you're projecting the hideousness.
You fake African.
Listen, baby, I'm not going to argue with you because you sound like you're experiencing, and your volume is off the air, but you can still hear me. You sound like you're. Oh, okay, so you're gonna hang up. All right. Yeah. You can't rattle these bones, baby, because there's too much feminine fat covering them. That person sounded really heavy, and you know how you could tell from it that a person got a lot of coagulated fat covering their throat, those throat cords. So yeah. And then we have somebody in the chat area who is north of Eden, who is saying, he is right though, you know, if you find, and so this is the thing that we're talking about, if you find people's spirits to be ugly or hideous or whatever, I fault you. I fault you for staying in contact or staying in touch or reaching out or staying on their broadcast. That's ridiculous. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Julie.
Hi, Julie. So what is your name in the comments? What's your screen name?
Jewels.
Hi, Jewels. So you're on the air live. What's your comment?
I just came in, so I'm not really, I don't know, what you were talking about, but I was calling in because I had ordered a couple of books and I hadn't received them, and I just wanted to see if I could check with you about that.
Okay, sure. All of the books are mailed except for like the last 20. So when did you order your book?
I actually ordered mine the first day that you had started.
Yeah, no, those books are shipped. And the thing about it is, if you ordered the books, then you have the way to reach me via email. All you have to do is respond to your invoice. Like, what is your invoice number? Are you going to give me your first name, your last name, and your address on this phone call right now, since we're live on the air and there's 270 people watching? So then what do you think is the best way to be able to get customer service for your book?
I guess I'll just email you.
All you have to do is respond to the whatchamacallit, respond to your invoice. Like, do you have your invoice number?
I'm sure, somewhere probably in my email. I just happened to scroll through YouTube and seen you were on there, so I just clicked on, and then I seen you were taking calls. So I just,
So Jewel,
I was actually going to.
That's funny. My question to you is, what have you done besides this phone call, like coming onto YouTube today, what have you done to actually stay on top of your package? Because all of those that was January 14th. We're in March right now. Those books are shipped. And so if you did not receive your book, like, and you said you ordered a couple of them.
Sure, like I was just telling my fiance yesterday that that I hadn't received my book, and then I had got something from Amazon, an email last week saying something about my account there. So I wasn't sure, if that had something to do with it. And like I said,
right, but you ordered, right? Okay. Call, so you know what? Yeah. Since I have you on the line, I'll check for you. I'll check for you right now. But you have to have your order number.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have even called in. Like I said, I didn't even think I was going to get through. So,
you know what? I see your. Did you order with this phone number that you're calling from right now? Because I can search by the phone number as well.
I think that I played. You had sent. I had got an email. With the offer. So I had ordered through the email I had got. I'm not sure but I'm sure if I had to put in a number, it would have been this number. Yes, ma'am.
I'm searching right now for this phone number, and I don't see this phone number as a number for an order. How do you spell your first name?
Julie.
Julie. Okay.
Yes.
And give me just because there's a few different Julies. What is the first initial of your last name?
T.
Okay. Are you in Virginia?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these books were shipped, and I'm going to check your tracking information. Yeah, this is very strange. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the postal service is running behind schedule. So it looks like your book went out February 8th and you haven't gotten it yet. Have you had problems with the postal service before?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Oh my goodness.
Since the pandemic's been going on, things have been like a whole month or better behind. So
yeah,
that's why I haven't.
Well, you know what? So your book was definitely shipped. One of the things that the postal service was coming to pick it up, and they were taking it behind the scenes and shipping it from there, but then they were just really slow on the shipping. So your package is one of those packages that they took behind the scenes and shipped. It wasn't scanned in, but your book was shipped and it was autographed to you and I believe your daughter. So you had two books, but yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So so the only thing that we can do is just, you said it's been taking a month or better. I'm sorry that this is happening to you, especially since you're so close. You're in Virginia. This should not happen this way. But the Postal Service, ever since the last administration and the changes that they've done, everybody's packages have been so far delayed. Yeah. So if you you know what, contact me back by the 8th if you don't get it by the 8th. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right.
I love your show.
Okay. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, so Rosalina is saying file a claim. So you know what? Listen, young lady, if you're still on the air with us, file a claim with the Postal Service. My only concern is that they didn't scan it in. So filing a claim, I think the type of claim that you would file is like an investigation to see where the package is, because the package was definitely picked up and taken in. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, Tanya.
Hi. What is your name?
My name is Rainika.
Hi, Lainika. What is your name in the chat?
It's Rainika.
Oh, okay. With an L or an R?
It's an R. It's an R and two N's.
Okay, Rainika. Okay. All right. So, Rainika, what is your comment this evening?
I just wanted the opportunity to talk with you. I love your videos. I love your spirit. I think you're awesome. I don't know if it's something that we're supposed to be calling in specifically, or are you just like asking answering questions.
It's just free for all right now. We were talking about relationships, and people were saying whether or not they keep in touch with their exes or not. But we can shift it. What is it that you wanted to talk on?
Oh, okay. Well, relationships. Well, since we got relationships, that's what I want to talk about. It's not necessarily, a love relationship, but I definitely have a problem with relationships on all levels. Love, friends, family. Right now, I'm just really in a place in my life where I feel like it's a very important moment, and I need to focus on myself because I haven't allowed myself the opportunity to focus on myself and focus on self-love and self-growth, So now that I'm actually trying to afford myself the opportunity, it's like people want, should I say this? Well, I have family members who, want to come and live with me and all these things. And I'm gonna just say it's my sister, and in a way, I want to be able to help her. In another way, I want to be selfish. I don't want any negative energy affecting what I'm trying to do. I'm at a point where my career is going in a direction that I wanted to go. I'm at a point where I want to focus on self-care and self-love. And I feel like it's going to be jeopardized, by something.
Is there any place else that she can stay?
I don't know. I don't know who she talks to. I don't know who she communicates with.
Have you spoken to her about how you feel?
Not 100%. Like, we've been arguing.
Wait, you've been arguing and she wants to come in on the tail of the arguments?
That's what I'm talking about. Because we don't have really a relationship. We don't have an understanding.
I'm so, you know what I'm confused by? I'm confused by us not being completely 100% open and honest with people. Life is so short. What would the conversation look like if you tell her the truth? So I'm going to be her, okay? Ronika.
All right, so I don't mind telling her the truth.
Look, Ronika, I want to come stay with you. Look, you gonna let me stay or not? Yes, no, I need this help. You gonna help me or not?
I would love to be able to say yes, but I feel that you coming to stay with me.
You know what? F all that. You said you would love for it. So if you would love for it, let's make it happen. I'm bringing my trash bags tonight. What time you opening the door?
I would love to be able to.
So if you would love to, you don't need to say anything after that. If you would love to, then make it happen with that love that you're talking about in your sentence.
But I don't think that it would be fair to me.
Wait, what? Now, I thought you said you would love to. This is contradicting. You would love to or not? What time am I coming over? You said you would love to. So come on.
Okay. Well, I'm really at a place.
I know you at a place. That's why I want to come there. I got no place.
I want to, right now, I want to focus on me.
You can focus on you. I'm not going to be in the way. What you talking about? All this talking around the bush. Am I coming or not?
But we're already arguing. We're already not.
That's because you beating around the bush. You making me angry. Because you not being straight up with me. What time am I coming over? You said you would love for me to. And you want to focus on you. So I'm going to come. You want to focus on you. I'm going to focus on me. What time am I coming over? What is the address? Text me the apartment number.
No, I'm not gonna be able to do See, it's not quite that simple because I want to be able to tell her no, but then my mom is gonna apply guilt. My mom is gonna be like, "That's your sister. You should want to help her." Why do I always gotta be the bigger person? I'm tired of being the bigger person. Sometimes I want to be selfish. I don't want to be the bigger person.
Yeah, but you know the thing about so somebody's asking why can't she live with the mom then?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So why don't you just throw that guilt back on your mother and be like, Mom, you pushed this woman into the world. Why are you not opening your home to her? Don't give her the chance.
Like she's trying to put it out on me, and me and my sister really don't even have a relationship.
Listen,
like,
I'm sorry, I do not have sympathy for you. I don't have sympathy for you. You're a grown woman. You have to be able to speak your voice. It's either you let her come or you don't. Either you are self-loving and caring for yourself or you're not. It's as simple as that. I do not have the sympathy for you. And I'm not sure what type of sympathy you want from me. You're using a whole lot of words to express. I mean, this is your sister. You both came busting out the same vagina, like the coldest winter ever said. So why don't you do what you need to do for you? You got two choices, let her stay or not. And you bringing yourself all this turmoil, you letting people, quote unquote, guilt you and all of that. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Too much, too old for this.
I guess what I'm wanting is like to be told, am I wrong?
Yes, you're wrong. So what difference does it make if I say yes, you're wrong? What difference does it make? You're gonna still bend over backwards to be in a position you don't want to be in?
I mean, I don't want to make wrong decisions in my life.
Do you feel that taking care of yourself is the wrong decision? I'm not really sure. I cannot do it for you. You want to feel this turmoil. That's why you're feeling it. You 30, you said 33?
33.
Yeah, you want to feel this turmoil. So you're feeling this turmoil. You got other people, like the person who's responsible for this human being on earth, who are not opening up their home to her and are attempting to guilt you. This is something that you want to feel. If you didn't want to feel this, you wouldn't feel it. All this turmoil over what?
Right.
I told you we could role play and you started out talking about I would love to. That's a sentence in and of itself. That's true.
I just need to be real with myself and real with the people around me, and do what I feel is right for me at this moment.
Listen, somebody's going to be uncomfortable. Why does it have to be you?
That's fact.
I mean, it's going to be uncomfortable for her not to stay, uncomfortable for her to stay. So what is it? So yeah, I'm not feeling sympathy for you. I'm sorry, because you got a voice that works. You have sound mind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the excuse for not speaking up and not having a conversation with your sister? How much older or younger is she than you?
1 year younger.
Get away from me. Get away from me with this nonsense. She's 1 year younger than you. I don't understand how you have a hard time communicating with your sister. She's 12 months younger than you.
Right.
So were you not raised with her?
No, we was raised together. It's just, that guilt card.
What guilt? I'm feeling no guilt right now talking to you on the phone.
She's kind of sickly, my sister is kind of sickly, but at the same time a little bit ignorant.
Listen, you got children?
No kids.
Okay, so you have a place to yourself. What about your mother? Why is your mother not taking her in?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't understand why it's on you. It's what the issue is. The issue is that you spend all this time feeling sorry for other people because you want people to feel sorry for you. I'm not giving you any sorry feelings. I'm not giving you any. Please look at my face. All right. So okay. I'm not giving you any sympathy or empathy on this phone call, neither. I refuse. So you could go, because you want that empathy, you want that sympathy, and you want people to understand what you're going through. So you spend all this time trying to understand what other people are going through and trying to give sympathy and empathy to them. You want to be able to make people feel guilty. So you end up yourself feeling these feelings of guilt. I feel no guilt about what it is I'm saying to you right now. I don't. Let her in there then. And then you two could just start boxing. and then you're gonna beat up a sickly person. Wow, you hardcore.
No.
You hardcore.
No, I do not want to be that person. No, indeed not. I do not want to be that person. It's probably just best to say. It's best to say no. It's just probably best to say no and be completely honest about it. At first, I was like, well,
Of course, I heard you. I would love for you to. This is what you said. That was the first part of your put down.
It was a nice way of saying no.
It was a nice way of saying yes. It was a bad way of saying yes, but you start. Oh, I think I'm getting a delivery or something. The doorbell is ringing. If you want, you could talk to the people. I'm gonna put you all on hold for just a moment.
All right.
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Listen, let me holler right back at you, okay? Sorry, I gotta grab the door.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, give me 1 second. This is horrible. Okay. Sorry. Listen. I need to have a be right back. Whatchamacallit? Hold on. Let me put my sanitizers on my hand. Oh, Lordy. All right. Ronika, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. My doorbell rang. I had to run. When I took my camera off, hold on. Let me grab this. It looks like I lost it for a moment. All right, here we go. Hello. Hold on for a second. Let me get you on the air.
Hey.
Yes, hi. How can I help you?
Hey, I just want to know Like, you not a real African. You be claiming to be African. You need to take your ass back to Africa if you think you African so much.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so what's up now?
Yeah. Yeah, give me something else.
I can't hear you. What's that? Hello? Oh, what's the matter now? What's wrong now? Oh, you're gone now. Okay.
No, I'm here, bitch. You need to take your ass back
okay.
there.
Wait, no, what we're not going to do is we're not going to
Why
call
would I
me out
leave
of,
you? Why would
listen,
I leave you?
listen.
Why would I leave you that fake ass African star phone?
Because,
You got that
well,
from the
because
hair
I don't know if you, I don't know if you're looking at the screen, but
You got that from
somehow,
the hair store for 99
somehow,
cents, and you know it.
somehow the
Take the African
screen
star
has been
phone.
exposed.
Go back to
Oh my
Africa.
goodness,
Go
let me
back
see.
to
How
Africa.
do I get this number off of my screen? Oh my goodness, let me see.
Listen.
How do I get this number? How do I get this number off my screen? Oh my gracious. Oh my gracious, let me see. How do I get this off? Hold on. Oh my gracious. I don't know how your number got here out on my screen. Let me try to move it off. Oh my goodness. Hold on.
Girl, you miserable.
Oh, hold on. Let me try to get you. I'm trying to get your number off. Hold on, I'm trying. Oh my gracious. Oh my gracious. I tried, but oh my, it was just so, my fingers were just moving. I couldn't get them off. I couldn't. All right, there we go. I finally got it off the screen now. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're back. I apologize for that. I apologize. I apologize. My fingers were not able to move quickly enough. Oh my goodness. I couldn't move my fingers quickly enough. I did try though. I did, but you know, it was so, it was just, it all happened so quickly. It all happened so quickly. All right. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hey, Tanya, it's Alex.
Hi, Alex. Is this going to be a trolling phone call? I don't know if I need to place your number to the public. So
no, I don't want to. Please don't put it on there.
Okay. All right. So let's.
I want to just start with the greeting of saying, you know, thank you for accepting my call. It's like, what? 2 calls on the troll, and I just called just to say, you know, hello and answer the question and participate tonight and everything else.
All right. So talk to us. What's the what's the word, Big Bird?
Well, the word is number 2. I'm still on the topic. I know everybody, you know, like to switch out the topic and say where you're from, where you're not from, where you should be born, and everything else. But now, you know, it's on number 2 for me, as far as with the, as far as with the exes. You know, I think, you know, I've been in relationships in the past. I'm married now, and I do hold true value. Besides, you know, all the, you know, the, how can I say, the romantic life or whatever, going out or whatever. But for me, like, being in touch with an ex, you just never, I think they're a human being. It's not just take them off the list and say,
so now that you're married, you have a bunch of relationships with women you used to have relationships with? That
is a no. I did individually, and I took my time and individually laid out all my boundaries and everything else, because I really don't want any mixed confusion.
Oh, okay. So you were maintaining these relationships until you got married?
That is correct. But to say if I cut them off, if someone like call me or text me and say, "Hey, how you doing? What's up?" with good intentions,
yeah,
I'll keep the communication going. But if it goes any other way, like, of course, I'm married.
Right. So your wife is okay with you having relationships with exes as long as the relationships are platonic.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
how many relationships with exes do you have?
Right now, everybody been busy, so it's like I'm in my early 30s, so right now that's like really zero. I've been really working a lot. Even I work tonight, so like I don't have anybody I'm talking to like on a daily matter every day, you know.
How many exes were you in communication with before the pandemic?
That's a great question. For me it was about 2 to 3.
Okay, okay. And your wife had met them before?
No, most likely just been on a phone call or text. Like I said, to me it's just a matter of like I don't go out as much like I used to. So not everything is like through a phone call or a text or something like that.
Has your wife met any of these people before? Any of these women?
Yes.
Okay, so she's
one, yes.
So one, and then the other two, she just knows of them by phone or text.
Yeah, just try my best to be transparent. When I say try my best, it's just a matter of like, you know, for me, it's not easy to say, okay, this is my ex, and you know, be vulnerable in that area. So sometimes I just lay it out and say, okay, this is my ex, and this is, you know, just be honest with my wife.
Okay, and how deep of exes are they?
One of them was a high school sweetheart. The other one, probably like 3 years, but you know, she moved on with her life, with her relationship. She has a relationship going on.
Okay, okay. And so your wife, there's a lady in the comments who said your wife has a problem with it. She just hasn't told you. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, she did share it to me. So I'm be honest, yeah, she did have trouble with it, but we have therapy monthly. So I have an opportunity to voice my concerns or my thoughts about it. Because for me, I don't think it's just best to just cut off somebody. You know, for me, if I cut off all my exes because I'm married, I only have guy friends. It's like, oh well, wait, hold up. Well, we talking about exes now, so I guess I could get women friends too. But my point, what I'm trying to get with that whole exes is something happened to them, and I always left on a good note with my exes. So I think that's what I'm trying to go with it.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Let me ask you all in the comments area. So we're going to use the numbers 4 and 5, right? So your husband is going to have female friends. Would you prefer that they were exes from the past or new women that he's met since you're married? So 4, you would prefer if they were exes from the past. 5, you know, you would prefer if they were new women from the present. Or 6, your husband or wife is not able to have exes or not able to have friends of the opposite gender. I want to hear 4, 5, or 6. So
I won't be able to see it. I won't be able to see the comments. I won't be able to see the comments.
Oh no, you could give your answer on the phone. Past is 4, new is present is 5, and no friends of opposite gender is 6. Wow. So there's a lot of numbers coming in. What is your response, dear?
I mean, my response would have to be still the same. Like I'm okay with the ex and you know the new friend. I mean, it's not a priority. I think that's where it comes. This is like another category in my mind. I think it's not priority for me. Marriage is very priority for me. It's just I don't know. I really don't know.
So
I think
4 exes from the past, 5 you would prefer if they were from the present, like new people from the present with no romantic past, or 6 none whatsoever. So 4, 5, or 6.
I'm gonna have to go with 4. 4 is with the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go because for me to be married and I'm still having open dialogue with women, I don't know. It's like when I say I don't know, I'm always stuck right there. Like I prefer just to have a history of what it is versus create something new And it's like, what am I really going with the marriage? That's my perspective on it. So right now in my marriage, I'm not really like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be hanging out with this female and X, Y, and Z because she's a new friend. Well, like, what does that? How
So
does that look to my
Anaya
wife?
wants to know, you said that friends aren't a priority. If your friend isn't a priority, then how is that your friend? She wants you to make that make sense.
I'm thinking. It's just all my friends are long term. I have friends over 10 years. So it has to be something from the past. If I'm making a friend with someone new, I have good intentions. I don't know what's the next person's good intentions. So it's like almost building up on someone new in your circle. So
okay.
I hope that answers the question.
What is your name in the chat?
It's Alex. I was LOL. I was just being mature in the chat as anybody else. So
okay.
It's Alex John.
Alex John. All right. So can your wife have male friends as exes or present male friends that she just made?
Yes.
Okay, so he says yes. So he says yes. So
my question to you, Tanya, I mean, it's just a matter, what, from a woman's point of view, why it comes off so negative to have the friends, around?
I don't know. We would have to ask one of the people from the audience, because I don't know personally. I don't know what the issue is, because for me, I don't see an issue with having friends. You know, you have to know your partner, you have to know your relationship, you have to know yourself. If that door is closed, the door is closed. I think there's somebody who said they think it's weird and unhealthy to have relationships with an ex. And I think it is weird and unhealthy that none of the people that you've had romantic relationships with can even be in contact with you anymore for any reason whatsoever. I don't know.
Thank you. I think we're on the same page.
Miss Sanders says no friends that you've had sex with. So I guess it depends on what it is that we feel about sex. How do we, what happens once a person has intercourse, and whether or not there is no redeeming any other type of relationship from that relationship once genitals have come together.
Before I go, I just want to make this statement, is that, say if I have sex in my early 20s, I can't really predict what my future is going to be. So it's just a matter of, if that was a moment for that time and 10 years go by and I get married and we haven't had any serious intercourse, like, where does that friendship stand? What does that value shift? So how can you, I don't know, put a burden on a friendship if you have something way back in the days? I can understand it was like something recently. I just got over a relationship 3 years ago, and now I'm married and I'm still talking to this person. You know what I mean? I still see there's some kind of value with someone that looks beyond the sex part. And I already mentioned on air, like, I already have been in communication with. That is nothing like.
And so are these women options?
No, they're not options.
Okay. He says they're not options. He's answered the question.
Because I didn't marry.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what I mean? It's like,
you know what? I'm sorry. It's after 8 o'clock. I have a webinar that I'm supposed to be on at 8 p.m. right now. Well, so I'm a little bit late. So I have to jump off. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye.
All right. Hey, sorry about that, everybody. I have a webinar that I was supposed to be on at 8 p.m. and I knew I was going to be off before 8, and then everything just slipped my mind. So I just got a reminder about the webinar now. So let me jump in and watch that right now. We need to talk about this another day. You all can answer in the comments how you feel, but I don't have an issue with, look, I don't think that sex is that. I don't think that sex is that big of a connector. I really don't. It's like, I don't think that sex changes and alters your DNA and alters the interaction and relationship forever. I really don't. And as a matter of fact, there's some times that you can, bump genitals and that is what makes you platonic and never to go that route again. I think that there's actually, I don't know, it could be either or, but you have to know and you have to have enough respect for your relationship and all of that other stuff to be able to make the decisions that are right for you and have open, honest communications with your partner. So I think that that's important. So look, let me jump out of here. We'll come back. We'll talk again. There's so many videos that I want to make, but leave your comments below. Come to my website, TanyaTKO.com. Subscribe. Get my book of affirmations, Self-Love, which is available on my website and Amazon right now. Tanya TKO, and I'm out. I'll see you all later. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is open, honest communication, knowing yourself and whether or not something is an option or there is any level of temptation whatsoever on either part, and being completely honest about that. I think that that is what's important right there. All right. See you later.